Hey everyone, we're going to talk guns in Jak 3 today. There are 12 of them, and I'm going to teach you how they work. And, you know, just little tricksies that I've learned throughout the years of running Jak. Every gun has like a little quirk to it. There's always something kind of interesting to take note of. So let me go ahead and just go over some general stuff, and then we'll jump into every gun, all 12 of them. The first thing is pulling away a weapon is typically done by pressing the D-pad. So if I have the blaster out, I hold down and he pulls it away. I hold down up when the scattergun's out, and then that happens. And now one thing I want to be clear about is some D-pads, both in Jak 2 and 3, if you press the D-pad and then like twist it, like you can see that I'm only pressing the left one. I'm not ever going to up or down, ever, but you can see that like it's still picking the gun. So I can pick yellow and red sometimes by just like being kind of like putting too much weight on your thumb, like towards one of the sides. So be wary of that. I think it very much depends on your D-pad. Doesn't happen on all controllers, I'm pretty sure. Another one you can do is just tapping L2 real quick. I used to do this for a long time actually before I found out the D-pad method. But yeah, you can just do that. You can just tap it. Be careful if you like depress it for too long, you'll go dark Jak. So you have to be quite quick on it. Like that. Obviously, if you have no dark eco, you can be as slow as you want, but I do still recommend trying to learn a super quick tap just so you don't go dark Jak. That is one thing to do. But I do recommend the D-pad way if you can. There's no risk involved. You won't ever like accidentally go dark Jak, so use the D-pad for sure. Now, for the next part, if you are going to be playing along here, I do recommend turning on debug mode. You can find debug mode in the description. I have the code so that you can check that out. And if you have the text in the top left, that's how you know it's active. So you know debug mode is active, and you can grab a second controller. Hopefully you got that. And you can press L3 and X. Gives you 1,000 skull gems, 1,000 orbs, and refills your ammo and light Jak and dark Jak and everything. Like it just refills everything. See, so I have full ammo, and it also just gives me all the guns. It basically just gives you like 100%. It's crazy. It's cool. So that's what I'm going to be using for this video to reload, quote unquote, you know, just get more ammo. Another thing to say about reloads, or not reloads, refills throughout the game is that they're pretty common actually. So in Jak 2 you're scrambling a little bit for ammo throughout the game, but Jak 3 is fairly lenient. So it's not something you have to worry about too much. Although there is one part in all missions where we do get like a set of crates, you know. So now let's get into the guns. Let's talk about the guns now. I will leave timestamps below for every single one. The scattergun. So there's a combo for the blaster mod called the Wastelander shot. I believe it works on the scattergun as well. So this helps for things that take 2 hits instead of 1. You just press square and R1. Like that. It's a typical combo. You won't really be using this much because the scattergun is a very weak weapon. But you can do that. Like that. And Jak will typically aim towards it. It's not, I don't feel like it's programmed as well as it is in Jak 2. Jak 2 he can really like, you know, aim to the side and really like lock onto them. In this game it's a little bit more loose. The accuracy is not as great. Like the auto lock on is not as good as, you know, one would think. But that's okay. It's a weak gun. It doesn't have that many tricks. You can rapid fire with it. Like even 3 shots, yeah, 4, see, like that. And then sometimes you'll do that. That's kind of cool. But yeah, not much to it. The Wave Concussor. I'm literally just going to make this video long and just teach you all the jump combos. This might take the longest in the video. So, jump combos. How do you use this gun to go higher? The first thing I will say is that a typical roll jump, actually, you can actually go further with jump combos, like from the Wave Concussor. It is slower, but it does cover more distance. I think the best combo that covers the most height and length right now is you have to do a walking double jump like this. Oh, nice. Grabbed that. Is doing that. And then, so it's something like that. Yeah. Some kind of combo like that. I do think that does cover more ground if you do it well. Covers more ground than a roll jump. But that one's not, like, that one's pretty tough. But but that is pretty much one of the best ones right now. But I will say there's tons of other combos that are super, super useful. So there's a big one is jump, shoot, spin, shoot. That carries you pretty far. That hover, that like you get that, you know, it's good for like longer distance jumps. It's pretty like safe as well. Like you really feel like you're in control in the air. You know, you can kind of like, you know, steer your way through the air. He turns very smooth, so it's kind of not too bad. And that one's pretty good to use, especially in like Volcano and Noob. That one's quite good. So yeah, the walking double jump, I already went over that. This one it's a little tough to time. You have to press X pretty quick. I do this in Volcano as well. You want to make sure that whenever you're at the peak of these, make sure to like spin reasonably. Like there's a common saying that like, you know, like, hey there, you know, you're shooting too, you're spinning too early. Like a ton of people will just get really eager on the spin, like something like this maybe. See? And you can see how that spin did not go the max distance up top. It is a little tough to tell, but that is the combo. And another one that's really useful is the Concussor high jump, where you do this. You can either start in a crouch, or you can just do it normally like this. Like that. Very, very good. If you don't want to do the double jump. This is slightly higher, I believe. But yeah, super useful. I think that's it. Yeah, so Concussor high jump, walking double jumps, and there's also uppercut spin, like extended uppercut spin. That one's pretty good. So you can just like dip really low, go back up high, and then shoot. That one's pretty useful as well. But I think that does it for Concussor jumps. It is a complicated gun. There's tons of little like minute combos with it and stuff like that. Also, you can rapid fire with it. So whenever you do this, I'm touching nothing and the second shot will come out. Do you see that? So I'm going to do this. Second shot always comes out. Like when you are in this jump and spin, you activate like a rapid fire in the game, and the game will always like rapid fire whatever gun is out. So you can rapid fire with this even though it doesn't do anything. You need to understand it for later. Well, actually, I think I can cover that now. Whenever you jump and shoot and the first one comes out, you can swap to a different gun, like let's say the blaster, and he'll shoot that one shot in the rapid fire. So you can literally change guns in rapid fire. The Wave Concussor is the best one for this. I'll refill real quick. So you can do this, and see, it'll buffer and he'll shoot that. You can Peacemaker it as well. And the big one, obviously, is the Supernova, which I don't have right now. I will go to a different spot and show you that. But yeah, that's very important to know. Is you can like, see, like you can do that with any gun. You can just buffer it like that second shot. Anything will work. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is the Wave Concussor. Tons of things, tons of cool shit. Now the Plasmite. I will say one thing about this gun is I'm not going to show it now, but you can spam it really hard on hero mode. Like, I think there is some potential in this gun for like the future of this game. Like, you can literally just like spam that shit on hero mode. It's pretty nuts, actually. So that's one thing about it. And yeah, that's actually the only thing I've got written down. This one's there's not too much to it, but I do think there is some potential in this gun on hero mode. You can just spam it really hard and just, you know, you don't really realize how good it is. It does drain a lot of ammo though, which is like why hero mode's kind of the preferred thing here. All right, so that's the red gun section. Now let's talk about the blasters. I will include blaster and beam reflexor in this. The beam reflexor and the blaster is in the same kind of category. And if you're gonna jump and shoot like this throughout the entire game, you might as well learn how to do it right. And I will teach you how to do it correctly today. So, let's go to, I don't know why I'm getting a lot of lag right there. I'm just going to show you a different spot, maybe at the port. But yeah, so the thing with the beam reflexor. Is, there is a very specific way to shoot 10 shots optimally, like every time. So, I will show you just now. You can, so, let's just use the regular blaster. Dude, there's always guards. I don't want to, like, engage in any fights. So, you can do, like, you can jump and shoot, like that. But you can actually shoot at any point in the jump, you know? Hold on, I'm just gonna go here, yeah. So you can shoot at any point in here. Like, I can shoot at the end, I can shoot at the start, I can shoot in the middle. Anytime you're in that spin, it activates the rapid fire. Now, the best time to shoot it is at the bottom because you get most straight shots that go forward. Like if you jump and spin, you jump and spin, and then you hit it, like at the very end, like that, you see most of the shots go in a straight line, and that's how you fight bosses like Core in Jak 2 really well, is doing stuff like that, shooting more bullets in a straight line. Now, one thing I didn't explain is if you jump and spin and shoot instantly as you're going up, the shots will actually run out. Do you see? Like, I'm out of shots and I'm still in the air. This gives you another window to shoot another 5. Like that. Do you see? So you can get 10 in one jump, and you'll get, yeah, sure, the first 5 will miss, but not really miss, but like at least 4 out of the 5 will miss most likely. But then the next wave will just go straight forward. And this is when it gets really powerful because you can literally keep shooting like this. Like, you can combo this infinitely if you know how to, like, time it. You just got to keep tapping R1. Keep tapping R1, but time your jumps correctly. You see? You can just keep that string going. It's not too bad, and it maximizes your DPS a lot of the time. So that's super fucking optimal. Like, it's the best way to shoot. It does drain your ammo a lot, so be careful on, like, defend Ashland with doing this too much. You might, like, run out, you know? Like, don't get too trigger happy. But if you have full ammo and, like, you know you just need to dump it all, that's the quickest way to do it right there. Okay, do I have anything else written for that? No, I don't. Because that is the only thing you really need to know. You just need to know how to do this combo well. Like, I just see a lot of people just do this. They just press them all at the same time, just all 3 at the same time like that, something like that. And it's super inaccurate, so you might as well learn how to, like, do it, you know, the correct way, like this. Like, if you're doing it super well, the audio should not, like, it should be continuous, you know? All right, Gyro Buster, only 2 things about it is you can stop it in the air by hitting R1. A lot of people don't know that, even though it says it at the bottom. You can shoot it like this and let it ride. Don't even press R1. That is killing that poor civilian. Oh, it fell through the map. That's cool. God damn. So you just, yeah, you can let it ride. You can stop it at any moment. Jak will do like a little like that because there's no other animation for it. But that is that's how you do that. Very very useful. There's nothing else really to it. I will say this gun is longer on hero mode. Like, the ammo on the side will go down, like, slower, and, like, the gyro will basically just be out for another couple seconds. I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds, maybe like 2 seconds more, I'm willing to say, is how long the gyro is out on hero mode. But it is out longer, which is something that you should take note of if you're trying to, like, time something with the end of the ammo. Like, I have timings for that, for example. Okay, let's head into the blues. You can't crouch with the Vulcan Fury. Well, like, you can, but you cannot move, is what I meant to say. So, I can't move around. You can't move in this crouch. That's just something I think, like, it's interesting. It's a heavy gun. You can see Jak is, like, holding it all the way down there. It's heavy as fuck. So, he can't move while he's crouched with it, which is kind of interesting. You can roll jump, which is kind of strange, but you cannot move in the crouch. I don't know if this increases accuracy, really. I haven't really felt like it did. But, yeah, rapid fire works on this, too. Which is good, because when you hold it normally, it just takes a while to charge, you know? But if you just rapid fire, like, right away. This one you don't have to be super accurate with, although you can start later and preserve more ammo, maybe. Like, you can preserve ammo, or you could, like, miss the one shot, so it's, like, personal preference. Like, because if you do a shot like that instantly, you might get, like, something that'll hit. Like, see, there was one shot that went straight forward. So if I do this, and then keep holding it, you might get one shot, but you'll run out of ammo quicker. So trade off, really. So maybe just do this sometimes. Do that, you know. Like that, yeah. Okay, next up is the Vulcan Fury, which... No, not the Vulcan Fury, the Arc Wielder. The Arc Wielder, not the Arch Wielder. I looked in the menu, it says Arc. A-R-C. So you can wave this back and forth. This is good. This is a good way to like grab a lot of DPS. It's just, you know, covering the whole field. It doesn't use a whole lot of ammo either, so this is kind of useful, especially on final boss. You can continuously like keep the string like pretty steady. That's really useful. It kind of melts those blue guys on final boss. It can be pretty good for that. Now for the Needle Laser. The spin combo is the best way to get this started again. It has the same priorities as the blue gun, which is... It takes a while to like build it up. Like that. But you can just do this. You know. Just like before. It's pretty simple. Another thing I'll mention about the Needle Laser is if you walk sideways and shoot it like this, it has an easier time hitting the final boss, I think, in this game. Like, sometimes when I shoot straight forward like this, oops, when I shoot straight forward, they kind of like sometimes curve around and miss, something like that. So by walking like sideways sometimes, like this, it'll kind of like hit it more often. You see what I mean? Like it like kind of curves and it just hunts this shit down. Like, it's really good for that, actually. So, sometimes when you aim straight at it, it's not as good because they scatter, like, all over the place. You know, it's something that could work. Next up is the purples. Okay. Peacemaker. You can stack them, just like in Jak 2. Not a lot of... something not a lot of people know. The first combo is double stack. You can do this by pressing R1, circle, and R1. Like that. That's how you hold 2 and 1. So it's a spin kick cancel. Like that. That's how you do that. Another one you can do, which is a difficult... this is the difficult, like, you know, the 5 stack. This is the 5 stack. And yeah, this is this requires 5 quick inputs. So I'm going to try to my best to explain this here. Because there could be potential if... Because like we haven't found a use for the 5 stack in this game, and it's kind of maybe unexplored, you know, untapped potential sort of thing. So I'm just going to put it out how to do it, and if you want to learn how to do it and try it in a bunch of different places, then, you know, be my guest. That would be nice. So you want to have no gun out, and then you're going to jump and spin. That's the first 2 inputs. Jump and spin, and then you want to press down to pull out the blaster. And then R1 to shoot it, but then before you land, you hit left or right to get the Peacemaker out. 5 inputs. Jump, shoot down, R1, right. Like that. And now I've charged 5 shots. It is a little tough to learn, maybe, but this is how you skip crew in phase 3. Like that. That could have potential in this game. That is something that does work, and, you know, that's kind of a hidden trick, you know, like like I said, every gun has their little thing, and that's this one. You can stack 5 Peacemakers on top of each other. It's very cool. For the mass inverter, I have nothing. There's actually nothing. There's nothing real fancy about it. Obviously, you know, the intended purpose is already kind of wonky enough, so like you'll get some weird results by just firing this gun in a bunch of different places. I have one funny thing I guess I could show about this gun is that on the PAL version, which I'm on right now, it is called the Mass Imploder, which is kind of a strange name change. Everything else is called the same. It is actually the Gyro Buster, but, you know, my younger self is in denial that I misnamed it. So everybody just calls it that. I feel like it's kind of my... it's my doing that we call it the wrong thing. I think everyone likes that name more anyway, but yeah, it is definitely my fault for that one. But yeah, this is the Mass Imploder on PAL. It's the Mass Inverter on NTSC. And last is the Supernova. Now, I'm going to need to go to, like, super endgame, like maybe Darkship, to kind of show this off. So one thing about the Nova is that when you shoot it, and it explodes, you cannot pause the game. Like, both select and start like do the same thing. You see? They do the same thing. So once the explosion's gone, now you can pause. That's just a really weird sort of thing. Another thing as well that the nuke does carry through like Wave Concussor, like rapid fire storage. So you can actually, like the second shot can be the nuke of the Wave Concussor. I think that's kind of interesting. But yeah, there's not really much else that I remember about these guns. This is like, you know, the most base knowledge that I know. But that's how you use every gun to like an advanced speedrunning level. I should perhaps mention that it's mostly for speedrunning. For casual play, like who knows where any of these can really take you, but you know, there's a couple little tips for casual as well, but this is mostly for speedrunning, so yeah. If there's anything else that you need to know about this game, I do have a Jak 3 Essentials guide that goes over jetboarding, on-foot movement, and like a little bit of gun stuff as well, but I just thought I'd make like a more detailed guide on the guns. But yeah, check out the Jak 3 Essentials. It teaches you how to drive. It teaches you how to, you know, use the jetboard, things like that. So, but yeah, for now, thank you. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you can better your gunplay with this guide. So thank you, and take care.